Okie dokie. Let's see how this is working. At least from my end right now, it looks like it's working. Let me know if you guys can see everything on your screen. Yes, so I believe I have my microphone on. I'm going to type to you guys in the chat real quick, just to make sure that it's working. This is something new for me. A little bit new. A little bit new. You can probably hear me typing. Ah, yes, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, just real quick. Yeah, for a second there, of course, as usual, for a second there, my technology decided it didn't want to do what I asked it to do. So, hi there, yeah. So what I've got open right here is I've got my iPad. It's what you're looking at is the screen of my iPad. Yeah, hello everyone. Hi, I saw that a couple of you had joined right before we got started. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for being here. Nice and early. So this is the screen of my iPad, and I'm working on an app called Sketchbook. That's what it's called. Simply Sketchbook. Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for letting me know you can hear me. Yeah. Yeah, as some of you know, I have had issues with my tech in the past. So it's good to check and make sure everything's working properly. Yep. Does she? Every day at work. Yeah, computer shenanigans. It's always a thing. And I'm trying to make sure I don't get upset or anything because I know that it's just how things are. So definitely this is what it looks like when you're in here and you can scroll this way. So you'll see I have drawings of different types, just kind of everything going on here that I edit and play with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new one. So I'm going to hit my plus sign, new sketch. And I want to make a square one. So I want to change the dimensions here. Let's see. Let's just stick with what I have already. Since that's 2550, I'll mirror that here. So I just want to make a square because I want to print this out and include it in my journal. Yeah. So this is still part of my 100-day project, and so definitely this is going to go in there. And this is what it looks like when you're finally in there. And the good thing about the way I'm sharing right now is you can see all of my toolbars. And if any of you are interested in trying something like this out, maybe you're ready for something new, this is what it looks like. And so you'll see me kind of tapping on my different toolbars. So I'm just going to start on this first layer, and I'll see about some fun colors. What kind of colors do I want today? I guess that's the question. How about something cooler? Maybe we can try something a little bit cooler, some kind of blues. It's nice, but I can kind of change the hue and the tone. And so what I'm basically just going to do is work. The way that I usually work is just kind of start with some colors in the background just to see how they feel. And I'm just kind of going to layer them. I can kind of change the size of my brushes if I want to get it done a little faster. I'm liking this blue. It's really nice. So I'm kind of just covering everything in blue right now. And I can start selecting some softer colors to add to it. So what's nice about all this is you can, if you do like abstract things, you can just play with this and just be kind of haphazard. That's definitely what I love about all this. Lots of brushes, lots of colors to play with. I can also change the opacity of this, so I guess I'm going to make it just a little lighter. Just so it's kind of a soft little drizzle. From time to time you may hear kind of the tapping of my pen. I like to tap it on the screen a lot. So look at me, I'm already using purple. Let's make this a little darker. so that it starts creating some darker zones. So essentially, when I get started with this kind of thing, I'm kind of creating a painting. I think that's what I'm doing. I'm creating a kind of painting for the background that I can then draw on. That's kind of what I'm doing. That's pretty much it. So it does essentially have the same steps. I think it just happens a little faster. If you've never tried anything like this, that may be it. It just happens faster. I'm gonna try to toggle away from the purple since I know I have quite a bit of it right now. A lot of purple, even though I promised no purple, and then that's pretty much the first thing I did, isn't it? I'm just kind of adding a lighter blue here. It looks more white. I can actually use white too if I want to add. I'm still just using one brush though. I try not to use too many brushes just because then I get carried away and that's no fun. That's no fun. I'm trying to just keep it simple for the beginning here. And I think this is some kind of oil brush, I think, is that's why it has this really interesting little kind of texture to it, because I'm essentially tapping it against my screen. I'm not kind of dragging it. I'm not dragging the color around. So I think that's all I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to keep these blues and I'm going to continue adding some of this kind of tan color up here, this brownish tone. And that's it. Then I'm going to start drawing on it, on top of it on another layer. I think that's what I want to do. Nice abstract beginning. Yeah, so I'm going to look at the chat real quick. I know I probably missed a couple of you guys because I'm super focused. I'm hyper focused right now. Definitely. Yeah, okay. Hello, Sharon, Zen Mama, DB. Hello, everyone. Yeah, so this, I'll write it up here. I'm going to add another layer and just write on there so that you guys can see what it's called. The app. Oh, my opacity is low. The app is called Sketchbook. Sketchbook, all one word. Just like that. Pretty easy. So yeah, if you just go look that up on your, I guess on your iPad or whatever device it is that you have. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you just look for that. And as you can see, everything, it's super easy to just, like right now I scribbled over this, this piece right here. So you'll see me kind of wiggling it around. See this guy right here on the right hand side? I'm just going to throw it away. So there it goes. It's nice and easy. You don't have to worry about making too many mistakes. You can just go for it. So I'm going to leave that alone, add a new layer. And now I'm going to kind of doodle and draw on top of this layer. And so I guess I want to pick a marker. So I'm going to show you a few of the markers, what they look like. Here's this one. There it is, pretty nice. Here's this one. They're not terribly big right now, but that's a marker. Oh, that one's super tiny. I can change the size and the opacity. And then I'll just kind of pick from here. I think I'm really liking that first one, so I'm going to just backtrack to erase. I like that first one. Yeah, pretty much. The white looks like dandelion fuzz. Yeah, it does. Yeah, Joanne is asking, how can you order a journal? Oh, yeah, Joanne, if you'd like to take a look at the journals that I have available right now, there's a link in the description of every video. And the link says that it's for my free coloring pages and for my journals. You can go to that link and you can see what I have available right now. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Zen Mama's asking if I'm using a pen stylus. What I'm using is, well, it's equivalent to a, let me start drawing a couple of things here. I'm using something that is equivalent to a, what is it called again? Is it the Apple Pencil? I think it's called an Apple Pencil. But this isn't the Apple Pencil because that is a very expensive piece of like a device. I didn't want to call it anything mean. That's not what I was trying to do. I hope you. But yeah, it is a very expensive device. So I actually just go on like on Amazon or something and yeah. Yeah, because if you look for a stylus, you'll find all sorts of little things. This one requires charging. It requires charging. Yeah, for sure. Because it runs out of battery. You gotta plug it in and charge it. You guys can see on the right hand side my layers. So as I draw these circles, you can kind of see them in the second box right here that I'm wiggling. So always keep in mind what layers you're working on because it's really going to help you as you kind of add things. There is also a tool I can use to make a circle like this. But I don't want perfect circles in my drawing because this is a doodle drawing and I'd rather... I'm going to change this a little. There we go. I'd rather just kind of doodle my circles than make perfect ones. You can make perfect ones if you like. DB is asking if it's a Wacom. No, it's... I don't know if you're asking about the pencil itself, but yeah, no, I'm working on the iPad, so it's just like a generic brand pen that is compatible with the iPad. That's pretty much what I'm using. That's what I'm using. Yep. Yeah, I hope that helps a little bit. I'm not being super specific because, like I said, this pen doesn't have a brand name. I just went on Amazon and I looked for a digital pen for an iPad and I found one. I can definitely link to it if you guys want to see it, like just to see what kind of pen it is. Yeah, because if you type stylus, if you look for a stylus, you'll end up finding... You'll find all sorts of different little things, and they're okay, but they're not as good as one of these types of pens that you plug in, that you kind of need to recharge it. These I find are usually better, and they're not too expensive. They're generally around like 15, 20 bucks, sometimes more, of course. So yeah. Yeah. I'm glad some of you guys are interested. Sometimes I know that there are some folks who kind of get offended if someone's not drawing by hand, but this is pretty much the same thing. To me, at least, it's the same thing. Yeah, and I do like using digital media. Depending on how much you get into it, you can really get into it and draw lots of cool stuff. I still basically just doodle. That's all I do. That's it, yeah. Carrie, can you fix the circles? Like, what do you mean by fix the circles? Would you like them to be perfect? Would you like perfect circles? Yeah. Wacom was a drawing pen. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know there's a Wacom tablet. There is a Wacom tablet. I'm trying to figure out what, yeah. What the comment was about fixing the circles. I hope am I stressing you out because the circles aren't perfect? Is that what's happening? Probably, huh? I know that some people mention that there are people who get stressed out when things aren't like perfect. Today will test your patience, my friends. It will test your patience. Yes, it will. Yeah, because there really are lots of tools here. Yeah. Digital and manual. Use all your brain cells. Yes, definitely. Yep. Hello. Hi, Tamara. Hi. Carrie, you didn't know you could fit them. Ah, yeah. Okay. Zen Mama saying you used a tablet and a stylus before, but you think it was a Wacom bamboo. I used to have the bamboo. Yeah, I used to have that. There are definitely lots of different things. I'm going to kind of zoom in here in this area here. Yeah, I used to have one of those. They were pretty good too. They felt different. They felt different. And I know that the argument from some people who've used like the iPad is that it's really like, what do we call it? Like slippery because of the glass. It is. And right now I am using it like that. I actually prefer it when it's kind of smooth from the glass. And some people really, really don't like that. I've gotten the paper-like covers in the past, but all that ended up happening was that it kind of like sandpapered down the tip of my stylus, and I ended up having to buy replacements, like replacement tips for my pen. So you gain one thing, but you lose another. So that's kind of what it is. That's kind of how it goes. I'm kind of drawing over some of my little circles because they got a little funny looking. Got funny looking circles. But yeah, most of that is just due to how kind of messy I'm being. And I do know that some people use a different tool. They use different programs, and each tool and program can give you different things. This one right now, I'm kind of just freehand drawing, freehand doodling. Because for me personally, I want to feel how this feels. I don't want to use tools that kind of take away from me the experience. That's just me though. That's me. Some people like to kind of just create things really quickly. That's the difference, I think. Yeah, organic shapes, yeah. I just felt like a lot of kind of circly, blobby shapes today. I think that's a good start. Curled up lizards. Yeah. Oh, that might be nice. I should put some kind of like I'll put that on the other one so they look almost like eggs. That would be nice. I'll try different textures on all these different ones here. Yeah, the nice thing is you can erase super quickly, so that's always nice. Very nice. Very easy. Very easy that way. So I just did circles on that. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to add another layer here, and then on this layer I'm going to do a little bit of shading. I don't have to use the black. It's just the easiest one, if you're wondering why I'm doing this. It's essentially as if I can also use a pencil. Let me try using the pencil this time. This one's better. So you kind of see me toggling around between my different tools. I'm going to use a pencil on a low opacity, keep it black, and I can start. I'm on my third layer. Okay, I'm just making sure what layer I'm on. I can start doing some shading. A lot of people use kind of like that spray tool, and that works fine too. Works fine too. I'm just adding some kind of generic shading just so that you can kind of see what happens. If I ever don't like what I did on this layer, I can always change its strength and kind of thin it down if I kind of got carried away. So that's pretty good. So there's some shading, isn't that quick? And then I can also do this funny thing here on a separate layer. I'll change the blending to, I'll do the glow. So I am going a little quickly, so I do apologize. It's just kind of how quickly it goes. Layers are on the right hand side. That's what I'm doing. Layers on the right hand side. Tools on the left hand side. And what I'm going to attempt to do is add like a little glowing spot here using some white paint. So there's a glow. And it's only affecting the color there. I could leave it like that. We'll see how that looks for now, if I like that. I may want to affect the black as well, but I could use a different thing for that. Let's see how that looks. I'll let it sit there for a bit. Kind of let it sit. Make sure I go back to the proper. So if you're ever doing this, you might just get lost using the different Different layers, I think, is the easiest place to kind of get a little lost. There we go. I'm on the second layer. What kind of textures do I want to add here? Orbs with little orbs. It's like a little orb cluster, isn't it? I want to add, I think, something to this one here. So this guy. Let's see. Deshi mentioned lizards, so how about I'm gonna try to add like little scales. Let's see if I can do this without entirely breaking everything. Sort of scales? We'll see. Kind of scales. I'm trying to remember that as I get towards the outside, there's more. The lines are a little bit closer together. And I'm still not being terribly careful. I'm just playing. And a lot of this will kind of fade as I add more layers to these things. This right now is just kind of like a rough doodle. There we go. So let's see. I'm going to try to change the color behind it. So I'm going down to my first layer. And I'm going to add... I'm just going to add a little bit back there. Let's see here. How about this? What color? What color should I change that to? Maybe some kind of orange? Yep. Yeah, Jen was asking, flipping between layers. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. All you have to do is go to the right-hand side and tap on your layers, and that selects them. So currently I'm on that initial layer on the bottom with the colors. And I'm going to start adding some other hues here. I'm going to go for some orange. Let's see. A little bit of orange is nice. I'm kind of making a mess, so you see if you ever do something you're not like super happy with, you can go back. Maybe I can zoom in and try a little harder to stay behind my circle. And of course, you don't have to paint things in this order. You can paint things in all sorts of other orders and just layer and layer, 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 layer. Layer, layer, layer. I'm going to add another hue of orange here. That's nice. Blues and oranges today. And I'm going to try using the pencil instead to create a little bit more of a textured gradient. Let's see how that looks. Maybe that'll help. Who knows? Who knows? Sometimes it helps. And the fun thing is, I'm going to show you something right now. Okay. Over here on the upper right hand side, I can select my tools. I'm using very simple tools right now, but there are actually here some really nice kind of stippling and textured little things here. So if I wanted to make it kind of thorny looking, like this one here, there we go, I can select something. So let's say maybe this guy over here. I'm going to choose a different color. And I can try making it a little thorny here. So this is going to be a thorny orb. So you don't just have to stick to the standard things. So now there's some pink colors here. I do apologize, it's a bit noisy outside. The Californians in my neighborhood are making a lot of noise with their cars today. So yeah, just play around with the colors that you like. And so I did make a little bit of a mess behind it, but as you can see, you start getting different textures, and that's fun. That's always fun. I am still on that bottom layer, so to start kind of adding to my shadows again, I swapped layers again. So again, I hope I don't confuse you, but I do swap around. Can you do words? Yes, you can type words. If you look at the upper hand here, there's a T. That means text. And then you can type something. And you can see it appear, and you use your fingers to kind of move it like that. And when I'm done, I just hit done, and there it is. It's on a separate layer. So I'll show you something that might be kind of interesting. Is there's a little eyeball. I'll show you. I'll wiggle it right now. See this thing that I'm wiggling on the right hand side? It has a little eye right here. If you tap it, it turns off that layer. That layer is now invisible. So if you're wondering if you liked it or not, where you positioned it, you can kind of turn it on and off. Like that. Yeah, definitely. If you did not like it, like let's say I didn't like it, I'm going to press and hold. So here I am, that's how I'm dragging it, and I can throw it away. Yeah, and then just try it all over again. Yeah, lots of cool things to try. And it's all kind of provided to you because there's a... It's all possible because of all those layers. The power of layers gives that to us. So I'm just using my regular tools again. Black, light. I'm going to add some shading here, see how that looks. Hopefully it looks okay. I went back to the black color. Some of these are shaped a little funny, so you'll have to kind of work with that. They aren't all round. Some of them might be a little, like a little bit oblong, and they give you some, it gives you the ability to draw in a slightly different way, so that's always nice. Oh, that was a bit much. A little too dark, too fast. There we go. Yeah, and so when I'm kind of playing here, I'm just trying to see how far it goes. Just trying to see how far it goes. I know that I'm currently not at 100%, so it's even darker than this. And then, of course, lots of erasers like this one. I usually come back in here with an eraser on really low, just so I can kind of gently erase some of the mess I made here on this layer. It's pretty much all the same things you use, just faster. Just like that, and then I can add to the glow again and kind of create this little, just a little bit of shine. Just a little bit, so you just kind of play around. So I'm adding a little shine right here, if you're wondering what I'm doing, as it gets brighter and brighter right there. So something like that, you've got some shine. So there we go. So they all have different textures. Let's try adding some shine over here as well onto this orange one. So I've got my opacity really low because I prefer it that way. It gives me a little bit more control over how I add this white. A little bit of shine. Why not? A little bit of shine. Why not? And Jan, you're gonna have to check it out. Yeah, if you already have a device or a tablet or something, yeah, try it. You just want to get used to layers. That's all. Just get used to moving around the layers. It's really the only complicated part. Is there are so many times where I forgot what layer I was on and I ended up drawing something on the wrong layer, which is a little annoying but workable. Let me try using the other pencil here. I want to see how this looks right now. Hopefully I'm not zoomed in too far. I know I'm trying to make it so that you all can see what I'm doing here. This is a lot of fun. I do like it. Like those times, let's say if I want to go somewhere and I would like to draw, but I also don't want to take a bag full of a trillion different art supplies. It's nice to have I think you can get this on your phone too, but of course the screen is so little. On a tablet is probably the best option. Yeah, it's a nice option. So yeah, I'm kind of just drawing around this using the pencil on really low. It's just my preferred method. That's all. little textured orbs here. See, not too bad. Looks kind of fun. Gives you a lot of depth. So yeah, just kind of explore these kind of things. Yeah. Let's finish up those couple of orbs there on the side. This will be nice. Looks like we got some more other colors going on here. Blue, orange, a little bit of this kind of pink tone. Let's see here. Let's go to this one. Get my pen back. Was it this one? Yeah. Let's see. So I think for these two little ones, I want to add that design that I know somebody called frog eggs. I like it very much. Let's do froggy eggs. Froggy eggs. Just a circle with a dot inside. Someone else might call it something different, but this is what it is today. Frog eggs. And as I go further out to the edge, I'm kind of just trying to make them a little smaller. That's all. Just so this thing has a little bit of shape. Just a little shape. Smaller, smaller, smaller. And I don't know about you, but I definitely love the sound of my pen kind of tapping on the screen. I like that sound. I like it very much. Tap, tap, tap. A little tappy, tappy, tap. I'm looking at the chat. Tamara, your leg is swollen because of your knee? What? Didn't you say you had something done? Didn't you have some injections? That's awful. That's really bad. You kind of need your legs so you can get around places. The froggy eggs, yeah. A little circle with a dot, that's all it is. Yeah, tap, tap, tapping. I hope you like that. I'm pretty sure it's picking up on the microphone, so you can kind of hear me go tap, tap, tap from time to time. Yeah, Tamara, you made an appointment, but can't be seen until the 19th. What? That is like... Okay, don't get mad. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. I hate that. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I know how that feels. I'm so sorry. Yeah. My legs and knees have been giving me issues too. It's really bad when you wish you could just get up and go do something, go do anything, and you can't. Yeah, that's awful. Most of us don't recognize how bad that is until it happens. Yep. Tap, tap, tap. There we go. I think I'm going to do this to the other one as well. That other circle that's kind of separate. This is going to be the repeat pattern. Okay, so there's the little froggy eggs in that one. I'm going to do it on the one on the upper left-hand corner. But first I'm going to add some shading and highlighting to this one. Yeah, that is a long time to wait. That is a whole lot of time to wait for something that's hurting. The doctors around you are always so booked. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty intense. That's kind of what we deal with around here with our healthcare system. I will not rant. I promise you guys, I will not rant. Let's see here. I'm on the layer where I'm going to do some of the kind of shading. So let me make sure I'm at the right potency of pencil here. Maybe this? Okay. Just adding a little bit of shading. I'll zoom out so that it's a little bit more visible. A little shadow to separate them. Kind of a dark shadow. It's a dark shadow, isn't it? Switch to white. I like to use the spray can. Let's see, let's make sure our shiny spot's kind of on the proper side. Kind of. there, around there. Good enough, good enough, good enough. I want them all to have a shiny spot, kind of on the same side. And now over here for more froggy eggs. See this layer and a pen. Yeah, if it gets too bad. Oh yeah, you can go to the ER, but that's awful though. Waiting at the ER is really bad too, but yeah, do what you have to do. Dashi, you love a good rant. Yeah. Healthcare is really bad. Healthcare is really bad. I'm trying not to rant because I get mad. Like we're supposed to get mad. You know, it's maddening. Should get mad, but it's not healthy to get mad. Yeah. I know that often you might feel like you feel better after you rant or get mad or something, but I don't feel better. I definitely don't. I do not feel better when I rant. Yeah. Just get the anger juices flowing, and that's not good. But yeah, I think a lot of us already know what's up, what's going on with healthcare. It takes forever to see a doctor. It takes forever to convince your doctor to do what you need. There's also that. All the usual stuff. Dealing with the insurance. It's not good, not good, not good. Yep. Let's see here. I know I missed a couple of comments here. Yeah. Referrals. Yeah, for sure. DB, are you drawing on the actual screen of the iPad with my pen? Yes, DB, I am. I most definitely am. I am currently sharing with you this screen. I'm screen sharing from my iPad. Yes, ma'am. And I mentioned it earlier. I'm working on an app called Sketchbook. That's the app I'm using. Yep, and I'm using a stylus that is compatible with the iPad, and I'm just kind of drawing straight on the screen like that. The magic of technology is allowing me to do all this. I love it. Love it. Yeah. Tamara, oh yeah, you're talking about the ER. Both times that you and your husband have gone to the ER, you waited for 6 hours? No way. I think when the last time I went to an ER, I waited not quite an hour. It wasn't the worst. I know it could have been worse. 6 hours? Didn't you? I'm trying to remember where you said you were. Are you also in Arizona? Wow, that's really bad. That's a long wait. What is a long wait? Oh, show up injured, end up passing away. I'm sure that wouldn't happen. They'd probably catch you before something happened to you, but still. Sitting in that waiting room where the chairs are uncomfortable and the people are stinky. I don't know how to say it. Everybody's stressed out, and when people get stressed out, they sweat and we get funky from the stress. That's all I'm saying. 6 hours, huh? That's not good. All because your doctor couldn't see you. Yeah. Oh, Dashi, you work on the insurance side, huh? Yeah. End up waiting in the room for another. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I actually was going to ask you about that. So first it's the wait in the waiting room, and then waiting in the actual room that they put you in. Yeah. I've never experienced that. I'm very sorry. I've never had to deal with that. Yeah, I'm just going to keep making froggy eggs here. That's what I'm doing. Yes, ma'am. Oh, DB. Oh, you're just talking. I'm looking at DB's comment about you're used to drawing on a tablet separate from the screen. Yeah, yeah, for sure. You can get tablets that are separate. I've used those too. They're pretty nice. It all depends on your preference, really. I do have a tablet that I can use on my computer. I can't remember what brand it is, but it's a pretty good one. I got it when I was doing all of my teaching stuff and during COVID when all the kids were learning long distance learning. Yeah, I kind of relied on that tablet for everything, for all my lessons. I'm almost done here. Tap, 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 tap. There we go. Okay. Let's see how it looks. We've got a few little things going on here. That's what we've got. Yeah, so this is kind of fun. This is all right. Let's add some quick shading here. Pencil. So I'm going to switch to my pencil. Check the opacity here. Yeah. I feel like I'm probably missing a couple comments in the chat, so I do apologize, guys. I do apologize. I'm trying to get this little drawing done for now. Oh, wrong tool. Spray can. The good thing is that once you set your tools to a certain size and opacity, it stays there. So that's always nice. So we just have one more shape here, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to fill that. Let me change something else too. I want to see what happens here. It might be nice to lower the opacity on these because they're super black and it makes it look a little fierce. I'll do that at the end and then I'll show you what I'm going to do here. Yeah. Oh, you like this better than a separate tablet? It is a lot of fun. I like doing this a lot too. I'm just reading the comment from DB. Yeah. Imagine the cluster of eggs decided to go on an adventure. They're just rolling off, like they're rolling out of the nest, aren't they? Wow. They just put you in a chair in the hallway. Geez, does everybody have scary stories about waiting in the ER? I'm pretty sure you do. Yeah, that's not cool. Yeah. Hi, Sally. Hello. Let's see. You are asking, when do you know you're done with the drawing? That's a good question. I suppose I don't know. I just make a decision just all of a sudden. I'll just say, that's it. I'm done. I think it's you can always add more to something you're making. You can always add more, I think. And there are drawings that I have just added more and more and more and more and more until, by the way, you can rotate this however you like, by the way. You can do all sorts of rotations. So here I am rotating. Yeah, the cool thing about working here is that you can just keep going. You just keep going and you may never be done. So you have to, I know that may not be what you were asking specifically. I may be kind of getting carried away. But yeah, I guess in the simplest way, you know you're done when you're sick of it. When you look at your drawing and you think, I don't want to do this anymore, then you're done. There really is no specific way to say that a drawing is done. I have worked on some drawings for weeks and months sometimes. I'm rotating a lot, so I hope I'm not getting any of you dizzy. I am kind of turning things around quite a bit. I'm going to turn it again. There it goes. There we go. Yeah, so for today, I will choose to be done in just a bit. I'm going to add some shading right here. Let me see if I can find my other tool. This one. So no. I was using the pencil on a low opacity. There we go. And I'm going to start adding some shading, kind of messy shading. Kind of to the back of this. I might add some color behind this strange little shape just to kind of give it a different hue. It's just so it's a little different. Let me do that now. I'm switching to that back one. What color? Maybe some green. Here, a little deeper. Like this one. Let's see if that works. I'm back here. Let me use that brush again. Yeah, a little bit of green is nice. So I'm going to get up real quick for a second. So if my voice sounds a little different for a few seconds, it's because I'm wandering to my kitchen. Just real quick. Just wandering to my kitchen. I need to get some water. There we go. And I am kind of looking at this. I like that green. That green looks really nice. I'm thinking of maybe adding some little spots to it. Do I have time to add little spots to it? Let's see. I'm going to tap away here and just kind of keep adding some of this. Okay, there we go. I like that green. Oh my gosh. I like that green. See if you can find a slightly lighter hue. There we go. I attempted to say too many words at once. I attempted to do that. Sometimes you can kind of do your own textures here. Sometimes. You can kind of hear me tapping, so I hope that's not too annoying to some of you. It just adds a little bit of texture with the color. That's interesting. What? You got a tornado warning? No. Yeah, go. Go, go, go. Wow. Sally, you like what you're looking at? You don't want to stop? Yeah, keep going, keep doodling. And you guys will notice this is still essentially the same stuff I do on paper. It's similar, but look at how quickly you can add color, how quickly you can add textures and details and funny little things like that. Just play with it. Just play with it. Let me see if I can add some of that glow on the top, and then I'll show you something quick that I'm going to do at the end to kind of help give it all a little more dimension. Just real quick at the end. There's my paint can. There we go. I kind of do this in like a swirling motion so that there's a nice gradient. There we go, from the inside out. So this is what it looks like right now. They're a little shiny, a little soft. I'm going to add another layer. You can also move the layers around, by the way. So I'll show you on the right hand side. I tap and hold, so now this layer can move. I can move it over here now. So let's say I put it there. That new layer that I just created is now in a different position. So you can always do that if you decide that you want to layer things in a different way. So I'm going to select a kind of a dark color. I like that green. I'm going to make it relatively dark because I'm going to use it for some shading. Let's see, what can I use? I'm trying to figure out if I should use a pencil. I'll just use a standard pencil. Large, low opacity. And I'm going to start adding some shading behind these. So you'll kind of see me, you'll start seeing some color appear back there. And it will stay behind what I currently have for the most part. So I'm sort of adding a little bit of a shadow. Just seeing what happens. Because if it just stays normal, it's not good anymore. And you'll notice this pencil does have a bit of a texture to it. And I'm trying to be careful because I can actually get a bit of it in the, like the orbs. And then I'm gonna use some purple-ish color, because that's usually a good one to add some shading with. Deeper tones. And it just helps add a little bit more. Let's see, I'm gonna actually move this even lower down. Let's see if that helps. There we go. Make this brush a little smaller because it's getting kind of crazy. Yeah, and so I'm kind of just adding some shading. Why not? It may not look the best, but I'm playing around. Just some shading, and then this will kind of top it off. This will finish it off. Of course, when you're doing this, you can zoom in as much as you like. I'm trying not to zoom in too much because I am sharing my screen with all of you. Of course, if you want to, you can always go and find one of those fun textured tools. Let's see here. Oh, these splatters. I love these splatters. Let me try some of these splatters. So I'm showing you a couple of them. Ooh, this is my favorite one. Let's see how that looks. I'm going to increase the opacity a little. And what I can do is change the size. I'm going to do a couple of large splatters. Let's hope this turns out okay. Okay, some big ones. It's a messy nest. Deshi, if I want to do a longer stream. Okay, Carrie is saying it's not near you yet. Yeah, be careful though. Keep an eye on that. They just like you to get scared. Hey. I'm just saying, you should be scared. Some of those things you don't want to mess around. Don't mess around with that stuff. Let me do one of the biggest splatters they've got. So I'm trying to stay away from where my things are, but see, there's a few little splatters that are kind of fun. They end up on top. Let's see here. Yeah, be careful regardless though. Be careful. Tap, tap, tappity tap. Because I feel like if I drag my brush here, it becomes too obvious when they're like the little ducks are in a row, and I don't like that. So I try to be a little more haphazard there. That's why you hear me tapping. And if you tap in one spot, it gives you a nice dark splatter like that. See, some texture. We added some texture. I'm going to try messing with the depth of some of these to see if I like it better, darker or lighter. My glow as well. You can tweak these all. Tweak everything a little. This one's good at 100%. Let's see if the color needs some toning down. No, I like the color like that too. So I'm going to do just my final thing, which is to add white, and I do definitely add that on a separate layer. Maybe try different kind of splatters or dots for that. Let's see, what kind of tools do we have? So yeah, just so you know, most of these tools come standard with the app if you get it free. I paid, I think, a couple bucks just for a few additional tools. But most of these are standard. Lots of pens, lots of erasers. Sometimes I spend way too much time looking at all these tools. Textures, no. I think I still like those splatters. Maybe the dots. Maybe the dots. Got lots of different splatters. They're pretty nice. So yeah, depending on what you're trying to create there. These are softer, bigger. I think I was using that one already. So many splatters to choose from. I'm gonna try this little crazy one. It's kind of got this little tail kind of hanging out from it. So we'll see. Ooh, there's the preview for it. Let's try one. Okay, so yeah, that's on this layer. I'm just gonna add a little bit of white like that, because I feel like it helps. It helps change things. I wish I could change the direction it's going in so it's not always in the same direction. But hey, we're already here. We're already here. Yeah, aren't these textures fun? Yeah, if you try this out, try it out. Try out those textures. Oh, those are the ones. Okay, I knew that's what I was looking for. These dots actually look really nice over the top of things, so I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to do them pretty big right here. That's it for the big ones. The rest I'm going to do tiny. Yeah, you can tap. This is what it looks like if you drag the pen, but I'm going to erase it. I just want you to see. Like that. Isn't that cute? Yeah, I have a tendency to not like drag the pen too much when I do this. I like to tap it. Gives me more control. But yeah, this is fun. If you have a printer, you can print this out and add it to your journal. See, no problem. If you're afraid of creating the right thing, the wrong thing, if you are blessed with an iPad or another tablet, try it. It's all here. I got crazy with the white. Let me go back a little. Let's backtrack. I'm just tapping the undo button here. Sometimes I go a little crazy and it's good to kind of erase a few. Okay. Just because I have a little too much fun just kind of tapping away. Okay, I think that's a little better. It was too heavy on that. So I think that I'm good now. Yeah, like little shooting stars, I know. So yeah, you can add texture, you can take it away. Yeah. Tash, do I have cat paws? Like on the textures? Is that what you're asking? I don't know if that's what you're asking, but I'm going to look now. Unless you're asking about something else, please specify. But yeah, as far as textures, I don't see anything like that here. This one's really good too, this feathery one. I like this one. I've used it in other things, yeah. Tash, yes. I don't see kitty paws here. I don't. I see, if you do actually want stars, there is one here to put like little starbursts, like that. Like that. Yeah, you can add starbursts like that. So easy. Just the tap of your pen and you're gonna have little stars. Lots of little stars. Yeah, but I don't see any kitty cat paws. I don't see it. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look now. Got lots of little feathery, thorny things. So yeah, I know that there are people who are familiar with this. To them it's pretty standard, but if this is new to you, this is what you're missing out on. If you have an iPad laying around, use it. You can have lots of fun. Add lots of textures to it. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it's give you some ideas, even if you're drawing in your regular journal, in your regular sketchbook, some ideas to try out, some things to kind of layer. Yeah. So I am pretty much done now. I'm going to think of some fun stuff for us to do tomorrow if you want to join me for tomorrow. Yeah, definitely. I know I mention this all the time, but yes, the schedule for my lives is in the description of the video. So if you're wondering when the next one is, what time the next one is, depending on when you're watching this, the schedule is there, the times from Sunday to Thursday. So if you want to join me for tomorrow's, I'll see you. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.